Good evening. Welcome to Economics 330, Global Trade and Political Economy, City University of New York, MEC. Today is Tuesday, March 31st, 2026. Of course, today is the last school day before your 2-week spring break. Nevertheless, I thought that it was important that we have hold this office hour and lecture, uh, and solely dedicated to any questions you may have regarding your midterm paper, uh, aka term paper, which is your midterm exams, and also take the formal lecture section to again reiterate the guidelines for your term paper. So that's simply what we're going to focus on today. So I'm going to very briefly give yet another overview of the term paper, and then we'll switch off the recording and then take your questions as necessary. Again, the focus today is on your term paper, aka midterm exams. Of course, I'll be glad to discuss any and all other issues that may be of significant or relevant to the class. Um, so again, going through an overview of the term paper, um, your term paper became officially the portal for the submission became open officially on Saturday, March 28th, 2026. Crucially, the submission due date is 11:59 p.m. Saturday, April 11th, 2026. This is a hard date. It is not negotiable. Part of the learning outcomes for the term paper is time management. That is a crucial learning objective for the term paper. One of the crucial learning objectives, that is. So again, the term paper has always been open. Indeed, some of your classmates wanted to submit that completed term paper before the actual submission folder became open on March 28th. So again, this is that one opportunity for you to ask any clarification questions. But again, the 2-week period ending April 11th, 11:59 p.m., April 11, 2026, will be dedicated solely for your term project. And I'm wishing everyone the best of luck in the paper. But to unpack how relatively easy the term paper is, let me again walk you through the guidelines. Okay. So the term paper is an integrative summary of 7 short papers or journal articles. These papers may be from academic literature or current news. Again, New York Times will be just fine, The Economist magazine, a journal article if you want to go that direction. Wall Street Journal too, that's fine. Washington Post, whatever a news magazine, as long as it's credible and as long as you can provide a link to the article. So your paper could be from an academic literature, current news, on international trade issues and political economy from anywhere in the world. Again, you're free to present a different perspective if you wanted to take literature from a different part of the world, but as long as it's credible literature, it's from a credible source. That is, the source material is credible. So the term paper should be no longer than 10 pages, but no shorter than 10 pages. And each page must be at least 3/4 page long. This is a critical guideline. Again, the entire paper should be no longer than 10 pages and no less than 10 pages. Please note that there will be a penalty for not adhering to the page count. Now, as for the paper itself, you are required to summarize 7 journal articles or papers selected from one or more, but not all, of the following: trade policy, economic analysis, economic historical analysis, trade conflicts, regional agreements, international diplomacy, international political economy perspectives. Again, the papers that you draw on may follow each of the one or more of the 7 selected topics, but it doesn't have to be all of them. Actually, it'll be hard to write a coherent paper that includes all 7 uh, uh, selected topics. So pick one, pick two, but keep it short, keep it simple. You should identify a narrow topic. Kindly note that if you select a broad topic such as the global political economy, you will be penalized heavily, up to 30 points. Every article you select and read must be at least 3 pages long. Kindly note that if you select an article that is not at least 3 pages long, such an article will not count as one of your 7 articles. Let me repeat that because these are some of the ground rules that may end up costing you points, and it's important that you understand them very well. Of course, I've also posted these guidelines on the class Brightspace page. So, to reiterate, every article you select and read must be at least 3 pages long. Please note that if you select an article that is not at least 3 pages long, such an article will not count as one of your selected articles. Now, let's get to the layout and structure of your term paper. The term paper should begin, of course, with a title page, which includes your name, the class, professor's name, semester, date, and of course, the name of our fine. So that's one page. Now you got 9 pages left. The next page should be an integrative summary section that describes a common thread between your 7 selected articles and identifies or describes lesson learned or conclusions, aka your thesis. So now you got 2 pages in the done. Now realize that this integrative summary has all of other pages with the exception of the bibliography and cover page. They must be at least 3/4 of a page long, but they cannot be no more than 1 page, no longer than 1 page. Okay. The next section should be a summary of each of the 7 papers that you selected. Your summary for each paper should be no more than 1 page, but at least 3/4 of a page long. So now, when you do this 1 page each, right, that is no more than 1 page, but no less than 3/4 of a page, when you dedicate a page each for your 7 selected articles, that's 7 pages. If you add your integrative summary, that's 8 pages. If you add your cover page, that's 9 pages. So now you got 1 more page left, which is your annotated bibliography of the 7 papers, stating the following. 1, name of author or authors. 2, title of article. And 3, where it is published, including a web link as necessary, as appropriate, sorry. Now, I've also posted examples. I've also posted on the class Brightspace page examples of an MLA and APA style annotated bibliography. I'm agnostic to which style that you pick or select, but I need for you to stay consistent. So don't have one entry MLA, the next one APA. That has to be consistent, right? So now, and that's your 10th page. So there is also a sample paper in your exam folder. So this is essentially your term paper. It is that uncomplicated. And I am going to now turn off the camera, take questions as necessary as you have them, and discuss any other housekeeping matters that you think is relevant to the class. All right. And oh, by the way, I wish everyone, and by that I mean everyone, a very fulfilling and restful spring break.